We head to the Eastern Conference to look at some NBA win totals. It's just around the corner. We're going to look at the Hawks, the Atlanta Hawks today, and the Boston Celtics. First, we're going to take a look at Atlanta. Really like Mike Budenholzer. Very interesting team this year. Now they picked up Dwight Howard, and we're going to talk about that in just a second. Odds makers have them at 43.5 wins. A little bit disrespectful, I think, considering, how they did last year and 2 years ago. They're not that far removed from winning 60. The Eastern Conference is a little bit better this year. Still, I like over the total. I think, Mike Budenholzer, he's got this program going where he wants it. I think Dwight Howard is going to be a nice addition as far as being able to space the floor. And as far as on the defensive end, I think he's going to be, a nice addition there. And they kind of needed him considering that Al Horford, who I'll talk about next, went to the Boston Celtics. But let's talk about this Atlanta team. Last season, the Hawks, they won 48 games. They did beat Boston in 6 games, but then they got swept by Cleveland in the postseason. But looking at the makeup of this team, you got decent veterans, like Kent Bazemore, Paul Millsap, Dwight Howard again is a nice addition. Korver's getting a little bit old, right? A little bit older, although, he can still shoot the three. But still, they got some good pieces all around. And Mike Budenholzer, I just can't sleep on him for 43.5 wins. Atlanta, I think they're going to make the playoffs, and they're so tough at home as well. So I like for them to go ahead and get over that total and still hit like around 46 to 48 wins. Odds makers have said it a little bit low because they lost Horford, but I like Mike Budenholzer to do what he does, and that is win basketball games. The Boston Celtics, big expectations on them, 51.5 set by odds makers. And I'm going to go over the total. I'm going to go with the odds makers on this one. Boston last season, they won 48 games. They did make the playoffs, but again, like I mentioned just earlier, they lost to Atlanta in a 6-game series. Still, you got to love the direction of this Boston franchise. They're used to winning. It's a winning tradition. Brad Stevens, one of the best coaches in the NBA, not even, one of the best young coaches. He's just one of the best coaches. They're deep this year. They did pick up Horford, like I mentioned. I love Bradley and Thomas in their backcourt. They got some good defenders like in Smart, and I just think they're going to be playing really tough. They understand Stevens' system now, so I like for them to make a really good push this year. The expectations are there, and they're there for a reason. So over 51.5, I think is the way to go. I think they make the playoffs. I think they're going to be either the number 1 or the number 2 seed. Yes, I said that, maybe even ahead of Cleveland. So look for Boston to really have a great year this year and possibly shock a lot of people. Just shock people even more than what they're already expected. All right, so here we go. We got Atlanta over the 43.5 and Boston over the 51.5. It's going to be a great season, and I wish you luck on all your picks today.